Hello and welcome back to the shed. Today I'm really pleased to announce the launch of version 1.1 of the AstroBBQ script library for Siril. In this version of the script library we've got some new scripts for the C-Star S50 for stacking, and I've also got scripts that are designed to help you with stacking problems such as rejected frames or stacking failing altogether. In addition, there are 3 other scripts for applying Gaussian blur. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to the desktop and just have a look at these new features, and I'll just give you some demonstrations of all the different scripts. Okay, let's have a quick look then at stacking C-Star subs. Got a couple of scripts for this. I've got Stacklights and Stacklights Relaxed. Now, when I first tested this, the Stacklights script, which is like standard stacking algorithm, it rejected quite a few. I think about 120, 130 subs got rejected, mainly for not enough stars, which when I looked at them I really couldn't see that much wrong with them. So this is where we'd use the new script here, Stacklights Relaxed, which is a little bit less fussy, but to be quite honest, did a fine job. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to run that script. And off we go. And this is going to take a little while, obviously. So I will come back to you when we get near the end. And we're back. So let's just see what we've got. We'll just have a quick preview of that one. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some very quick rough processing. So obviously I think people should spend a lot more time than I'm going to spend. I just really want to give you a quick flavor of this though. So what we'll do is we'll just crop this. Maybe to about there. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll process this one with color calibration. So let's do a photometric on this one. See if it's going to work. That's it. Good job. Lovely. So now, having done that, I would use the process with PCC script. So in other words, the process with PCC script is designed to be used after you've done a manual color calibration. The other one is if you don't do a color calibration. Okay, so we'll just run this process with photometric color calibration. And here we go. This will just whiz through a quick workflow. And yeah, well there you are. That's basically it. Obviously we can do a little more work on that. We could use the GHS tool for that. Let's give it a little stretch. And obviously we could attempt to just make the background a bit darker. So might just go with the black point a little bit here. And that gives you a kind of idea of the sort of thing you could do with it. Obviously there are other options, so you could do something like, we could take this out into Affinity, for example. Have to convert this to a TIFF to do that, but that's straightforward enough. There we go. So I've got Noise Exterminator installed here, so we could run that on the whole picture actually. And there you are, get quite a nice smooth background. Could do a couple of other things with it. Could start getting into a little bit of curves and stuff like that. Obviously you could, I don't know, you could use masks or do all sorts of stuff really, but as you can see, it gives you quite a decent image. The other thing that I think it's worth mentioning is that when the script runs, it does create the star mask and the starless result files as well, which means that you can obviously work on those separately and process them within Siril or externally as well. So it does give you either the option to do it very simply by just doing some quick edits on a single file, or you can start really getting into the nitty-gritty of working on different layers, reducing stars more and all that kind of stuff. Just going to go through a few other things here. I'll just talk through these, the different tools we've got. So these top three items, these are new. Really they just apply a bit of Gaussian blur, and we've got three levels, fine, medium, coarse. We've got the mega stack. Now mega stacking is basically a way of just stacking existing stack. So if you've done, I don't know, 500 subs for 5 nights, you could stack each of the nights and then use mega stack to stack those 5 substacks. We've got the process without PCC, so you can use that if you don't want to use photometric color calibration. You can use that. We've got another version of this with no denoising. The reason I've done that is if you did want to take it out into external denoise program, you might find that Siril's denoising will actually sort of conflict with an external denoising program and create some bad artifacts. So it just gives you the option to have a cleaner output which has not already had some denoising done to it. We've got the script we've just used, processed with photometric color calibration. And we've got, again, the same script, but with the same option of not doing the denoise step. We've got 3 sharpen levels. We've got fine, medium, and coarse, which kind of correspond to the blur levels. Then we've got 4 different stacks. We've got Stacklights, which is the one that C-Star would obviously use. We've got Stacklights and Darks, which would be the default for the Dwarf 2. And then we've got Stacklights, Darks and Flats, and Stacklights, Darks, Flats and Biases, so that we can go up to the full set of calibration frames. We've then got another 4 versions of those, so they're pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is that the settings on them, the configuration is a bit more relaxed. So if you get in a situation where you're stacking and you're getting a lot of subs being rejected for whatever reason, it can be sometimes because they're the subs are a bit noisy, Siril's not finding enough stars, that kind of thing. The relaxed version of the scripts will be a little bit more forgiving and will very often work when the standard ones will fail to work. Also, you might well find you get you'll get more subs which will be included in the stack. So for example, with this C-star stack that I've just demonstrated, that was about 800 subs, but about 150 of them were actually rejected by the standard stacking algorithm because the stars were just slightly off. Some of the, I did check them, they looked really quite fine, but the stars were just very slightly oval on a few of them, so they got rejected. Now, to be honest, a few oval stars at this kind of level I don't really think are something to worry about too much, because usually they will get averaged out anyway by, as long as the vast majority of the stars are good, a few bad ones will tend to get averaged out anyway. So in this case I use the relaxed version of the Stacklights script, and I think I only had 6 rejected, so it made a big difference. But you know, whether you use it or not is entirely up to you, but it at least does give you an option, particularly if you're having problems with them stacking at all, with things stacking at all. Another thing I heard of actually is certain filters are causing the same issue. People using certain dual narrowband filters, that kind of thing. They're obviously reducing the light throughput enough that they're causing stacking failures. So again, just use the relaxed version of the script and hopefully that will fix that for you. Right, we're going to move on now, and we're going to have a look at another example of something. Let me see. Okay, so I've changed home directories. Now I'm going to just have a look at, this is NGC 7000. Let's just open it up and have a little look. And there it is. Okay, so we'll take the stretch off. With this one I won't bother with the color calibration, so and there we go. So again, let's give it a little bit of a process. I'm just going to take a mid-nebulous sample point here and give it a little stretch with the GHS. Always small stretches, don't try and do it all in one, because apart from anything else, you're changing the symmetry point each time to allow for the previous stretch, so it just gives you a more balanced way of doing it. Oh, that's pretty nice. And again, I think maybe we'll just do a quick export of this one and put it into Affinity and see how it looks. So again, I'll just take it out as a TIFF file. There we are, let's give it a quick denoise. and it's pretty nice, isn't it? It gives you a nice result. Well worth it, really, I think. Well worth it. And again, we can just have a little look with the curves. We'll try and give it a bit more, give it a bit of a kick. Just make it a little bit. That's quite nice. Perhaps we can just try and improve the colour balance on this a little bit. Got too much green probably, so if we just drop the green a little bit. You get the idea, and again, it's it looks pretty nice. Really need to put this back into fits format now. But now we can do some further work if we want. I'm just going to try and maybe do a little bit of sharpening on it. See how it looks. Yeah, and I think that's, again, a nice little result. Not too much work involved there. And just shows actually that Affinity, together with the Blur Exterminator, is a powerful little combination, really. Definitely worth... I'm not sure exactly what it would cost in dollars. I think it's probably about $70 for Affinity and $50 for Blur Exterminator. So around about $120 as opposed to what... well, if you have the whole suite, it's getting on $500, isn't it, really, for PixInsight and the RC Astro tools. So I think it's a good little option, really, that. Let's see, let's have another example. What else should we try? Right, let's see what we can do with this one. Again, I'll just do it without photometric, it's just quicker. I just want to give you a quick flavour. Okay, so we could maybe just do a little bit of a crop on this. Lovely. I don't know why, but I think I want it to be pointing that way. Oh, do I? Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Again, we just maybe find ourselves a little bit of mid-tone nebulosity. Stick on a symmetry point there. Give it a little bit of a stretch. Maybe not quite that much. That's better. There it is. Again. run noise X. Really good, isn't it? Really good. Run noise X. Again, we go into the little, do a bit of curves work here, just brighten it up a bit maybe. A little bit of brightness, a bit of contrasty, maybe, I don't know, there, that would be good. Again, we need to just adjust the colour on this one. It should be a bit pinker really, so we'll just drop the green channel out a little bit. Just, ooh, it's so touchy, this thing. I don't know, I probably would have done better to process this, I think, as two separate layers, but anyway, again, just trying to give you a quick indication how it all sort of works out. Let's see, we might have just one more example. What have we got? Oh, horse head. And have a look. Oh, yeah. Let's see what we can do with it. Quite challenging really, and there's quite a bit of walking noise and yeah, fixed pattern noise stuff going on here. Tricky target. Let's see then. So I will I'll tell you what I'll do. I will do the color calibration so I don't get told off for being so lazy. C434. 1.45. Try that. See if you're feeling lucky. Yeah, I'm feeling lucky. Just have a little look. Yeah, that might be better. I think what I'm also going to do is to just rotate that counterclockwise like so, and we'll also get a bit of a crop going on it because we don't want all of this stuff. Some nasty noise going on there. So maybe go like that. Looks quite nice. Crop on that. Superb. Right, linear. So this time we want it with actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try something different. Cancel that a minute. I'm going to try it without denoise, and then we'll pop it over into Affinity and see how that works out. So without denoise, with PCC no denoise. That's right. God, I don't understand my own blooming writing now. Oh, terrible. Never mind. It's been a long day. Right, so let's have a little look. I'm going to give this a little stretch. Again, we'll just take a little bit of mid nebulosity. Just try and pivot on that. Just give it a little stretch. quite nice. Lovely. Same again, just a little strip. Yeah, same again. Yeah, I think that's quite nice actually. Wow, you know, I don't think I don't need to do any more colour on that, I don't think. So again, we'll go for the, I'm going to export that as a TIFF. Save, save. Comes Affinity. Open. Demo data 434. Hopefully that's what we want. Yeah, that's the one. We go for the filters, plugins, RC Astro Noise Exterminator. Don't know why it keeps hanging on 27%, but it doesn't matter, it always works. So that's looking pretty nice. That's got rid of a lot of that noise, hasn't it? Right, so we'll do the curves again. Just brighten it up a bit. Develop that. Back again, let's have another little. Again, I always like to do a little bit at a time. I think that's always better. And same again, but it's not bad, is it? So I think at that point I'm going to pop it back over, and then we can just, if we feel like we want to sort of just develop this a bit more, we can. Give it a little bit more of a stretch. And now we might just increase the local stretch intensity to really brighten it up. As I say, we do have quite a bit of walking noise. It's not, yeah, it's not the, maybe I'm pushing it a little too far. You know, you could just darken it off like that. Maybe sharpen it. Now, the one thing I would say, actually, just a final point about this, the blur and the sharpen processes, they're not going to be in your history, so you can't undo them. So your best bet is always to save, either save as or save the file before you do it, so you can just go back and open the file back up if it's not what you wanted. But that's just something to bear in mind. It's just because things that are scripted don't go into the history. They completely bypass the whole history part of the application. Anyway, I hope you find these scripts useful. I'm sorry that today's presentation has been a bit haphazard, but I really just wanted to try and go through a few things quickly, and I promised to get this out today, so I thought I'd better get on with it. But I hope you find it works well for you. If you have any issues, then please do put them in the comments. I will be keeping an eye on that, and if you have any suggestions for other scripts, you can put those in the comments as well. At the moment, I've focused obviously on the Dwarf 2 and the Sea Star. I'm presuming it's going to work okay for other smart scopes, and probably it should work okay for any one-shot color cameras, but I'd be very interested to have feedback from anyone if it does work well, or if it doesn't work well with other cameras, just so I know how that's going. And obviously, if I need to make adjustments or do a special set of scripts, then that's certainly something I could do. But give me feedback and I will do the best I can. So anyway, good luck, and I hope you enjoy it, and see you again soon. Bye for now.